Monster Trucks is directed by Chris Wedge and written by Derek Connolly, and it stars Lucas Till, Jane Levy, Rob Lowe, Thomas Lennon, and many other people, which I will get into. And this is about a company who's digging for oil, and they find creatures under the ground. One of these creatures attaches itself to a truck, and our main hero, Trip, likes this creature and starts driving around with it driving the truck. Monster Trucks. I will tell you what, this is a better movie for kids than the Smurfs. I said it. You're goddamn right I said it. This movie is directed by Chris Wedge, who's a guy who has directed good animated movies. He has directed the first Ice Age, he directed Robots, he directed Epic, which was not epic, but it was good. And throughout this movie I kept thinking, this would be a very good, fun, animated film. And then I go and check the director, and it's Chris Wedge, directed what I talked about. My god, everyone is in this friggin' movie, and this movie, I bet, was shot around 2013, 2014 maybe, because this movie was in the shelf for many years. I remember years ago hearing that they were going to make a Monster Trucks film, and I actually thought it was going to be a Monster Trucks film about the Monster Trucks. The acting all around is not bad in this movie. I mean, it's not good, it's serviceable. They are clearly not putting their A-game into their performances because you don't need to give much depth to these characters. Although I will say Jane Levy, who I watched last year in Don't Breathe, and she was tremendously good in that. What the hell is that? Jane Levy in this movie is head over heels in love with Trip, who's played by Lucas Till, who is a good actor, and he is good in this. He's MacGyver, for crap's sake, and MacGyver is a good show. She is absolutely 1000% in love with him. She would clearly suck his dick right on screen if this wasn't a kid's movie. I swear to God. And this guy gives nothing to her. He gives nothing to her, and she's in love with him because apparently they are working on a project together because they were put in a group together, and that's apparently all you need to fall in love with someone. As madly in love as she is, at least. This movie is not awful. This movie is fairly directed in some sequences. There are attempts at having character moments and established relationships that they try to. They really do try to. And if the script wasn't so blah, if the script wasn't so blah, I said it again. If the script wasn't so weak, these moments would actually work. These characters would actually work. If this was an animated movie, these moments would work very well, in fact. Also, there are moments that nearly become touching between the creature and Trip. These moments are bonding moments. You clearly know what they are in for in these moments. They are cute. They are lovey-dovey, as you might call it, and the creature is also cute. It's lovable. If you'd see this creature in real life, you'd pet it. I bet you would, because the creature is cute. And the problem with the CGI is not that it's bad. This is not near the worst CGI I've ever seen in film. The problem here is that, you know how sometimes you hear people saying that one person was good in the movie, but the other was clearly acting in another movie completely different. It's like that with the CGI. It's not that it's bad on a technical aspect, it's just that it's very much inserted into a different film. And this movie is also many times tone deaf. There are many sequences in this film where you just wish, again, that this was an animated movie, or that they took more of a lighter tone, because this movie, many times, it's taking itself so damn seriously. For instance, there's a plotline going on with Trip having a bad relationship with his mother and having missing his father for a while because he's not present. And the father shows up for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes maybe. And that's the only scene where he shows up in the movie, and you never get to see him again. Not in the ending of the film, and the situation never actually gets resolved, and they suddenly try to hammer in some heavy emotion when Trip is sulking about his father being absent. Rob Lowe is in this movie. How? I don't know. I don't know what Rob Lowe has been doing for the past years. But he's here. Thomas Lennon is here, and if I'm correct and this movie was shot around 2013, he would already be done with How I Met Your Mother. Barry fucking Pepper is in this film. How long has it been since we last saw Barry fucking Pepper? I remember I saw him in a movie in 2015. I don't know what movie that was. But I miss Barry Pepper. This movie features so many character actors and familiar faces that it is mind-boggling to think about how they were convinced to be a part of this film. Look, it's not good, but it's a movie that came out in January, that was on the shelf for years, and it's not near going to be on my top 10 worst movies of the year at the moment. The acting is fine, they don't give you any good characters, but they don't attempt to for the most part. This movie also misses the fact that, the characters kill a lot of people. Right away when the monster starts driving the truck, they run the roads on that little town loosely. I mean, they crash into everyone, they go through a car dealership store, and the chase sequences are not even that thrilling. They are just cruising around when they are supposedly running from someone who's chasing them, and they are just going like this. The movie's not good. Hell, but it's not awful. I did not detest myself for watching this movie. I did not think I was having a good time, but I didn't want to cut my wrists at every single second. Monster Trucks would be very okay if it was an animated film. It needed to be taking itself a little more lightly, and if we had featured characters more prominently, maybe it would have some more redeeming qualities. But overall, I will say that when you watch Monster Trucks, you will absolutely feel like Clark Gable. What did you think of Monster Trucks, my beautiful geekies? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Do you actually want to see a real, actual Monster Trucks movie? Let me know in the comments below and give me your pitch as well for that film, as well as go join the beautiful Geeky Community Facebook group, to which there is a link in the description, and also links for my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those you can use to stalk me on the internet. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. You guys are the freaking best. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And this weekend I will have reviews for The Discovery and also Legion. I'm about to watch the last episode of the season. So until then, you stay beautiful and you stay geeky. And of course, if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!